Why are we called Negroes? Why are we deaf, dumb, and blind? Why is everybody making progress, yet we seem to be lagging so far behind? Why are we mistreated? Why are we in this condition? Stripped of our name, our language, our culture, our God, and our religion. Here in America, all of our religious training has been gotten by the preacher. He has told us of a heaven way up in the sky that we can't enjoy now, but rather after we die.
And here we are once again.
Yes, for Thursday night talks, I want to first start off in the most holy name of Allah. Always bearing witness that there is no God but Allah, Muhammad is his messenger. I would like to greet you all in a greeting words of peace in the beautiful Arabic language of Islam alaikum.
Walaikum salam, ma'am.
And again, welcome to your Thursday night talks, brought to you by the Seventh Region Coalition, where we're always doing what? Helping save lives.
Save lives.
Well, I don't want to belabor the point, but I want to bring it on strong. And I want to introduce my two wonderful and handsome co-hosts, Brother Tony Muhammad and Brother Mark X.
I'm gonna say like the words of Jesus. Why thou call me handsome?
Because you are handsome, brother.
And our beautiful co-host is Khalila Muhammad.
Beautiful co-host.
Praises be to Allah. So again, I want to thank you all for tuning in. Please, again, at the end of and beginning of and the middle of, we're going to do what? Like and share.
Yeah.
Those of you who do not have Facebook, guess what? We are on YouTube.
Share the link with at least 5 people you know.
There you go.
That are interested in saving lives.
There you go.
Are we into the business of saving lives? Share it with people.
Absolutely.
You care about love.
Absolutely. And you share what you care about.
That's right.
That's right.
All right. So I am going to turn it over to you, Brother Tony.
All praise is due to Allah, beloved family. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, I bear witness that there is no God but Allah, and I bear witness Muhammad, his messenger and servant. Assalamu alaikum. Peace be unto you. Abaragani, Hotep, Frida Land, Buenas noches, Sakpase, greetings in all of the languages that our beautiful people speak. Welcome to Thursday Night Talks, which is spearheaded by the 7th Region Coalition to help save lives. The 7th Region Coalition to help save lives was assembled by our student regional minister, Student Minister Patrick Muhammad, soon after the criterion message of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan back in July 2020. And that was the lecture itself was on July 4th, 2020. And soon after that, we were brought together to warn our people about a dangerous inoculation developed by our open enemy that was highly experimental, as I said, and also harmful. And a lot of our people that have said and testified ever since then that their bodies don't feel the same after they've taken the shot. We've been warning our people, and we're going to continue warning our people about what is not best for us. We're trying to guide our people to what is best for us.
That's
Yes,
right.
sir.
We were doing programs oriented towards that, and we are still creating programs that are oriented towards saving lives. Now, through the 9 ministries given to us by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, in the midst of the 2005 Millions More movement, there are 9 ministries that are oriented towards the development of the human being. And as I said, these are ministries. Tonight, we are focusing on 2 of those ministries. All of these ministries are vitally they're vitally important to the development of a nation. First ministry that we're going to be focusing on is the Ministry of Education. The Ministry of Education is responsible for the mental and moral development of the members of the society by means of formal instruction in a prescribed manner over a prescribed period of time, in a system of learning ranging from preschool through primary through advanced academic levels, culminating in the conferring of academic degrees under the direction of a National Board of Education. In addition to academic instruction, students shall receive teaching and training in the way of righteous conduct, decency, and self-respect, with the goal of making a better nation of people. We are in the business of nation building, family. And also, the second ministry that we're focusing on is the Ministry of Information. The Ministry of Information is the central agency which provides services that include the development of all sources for informing the public of the policies, plans, and strategies necessary for the free flow and accessibility of information, essential to an informed and empowered citizenry. This includes collection, research, and dissemination of current events, history, analysis, the publication of books, pamphlets, magazines, and use of the internet and social media. It is also responsible for the development of information systems and networks to secure internal and external communications, media program development and management, and the establishment of an office of media affairs and press secretary. Those are the 2 ministries. I hand it over to Minister Mark, who will be introducing one of our guests tonight. Brother Mark.
Thank you, Brother Tony. Tonight, one of our guests is Sister Tasha Muhammad. And she has been a registered member of the Nation of Islam for 6 years now. She has a bachelor's degree in English literature and a minor in natural health, with an extensive background in education, food service, health, and library science. She has been a homeschool parent for over 10 years, and she is also a children's book author, reading tutor, baker, manufacturer, and seller of natural hair and skin products. And inshallah, she plans on offering online natural health classes in the near future. My brothers and sisters, let's bring on our dear sister, Sister Tasha Muhammad.
Praise be to Allah. Sister
Praise
Tasha.
be to Allah. There she is. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. In the name of Allah, the beneficent, the merciful, I bear witness that there is no God but Allah and that Muhammad is his messenger. I greet you all in the greeting words of peace. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum
Walaikum salam, ma'am.
Welcome to the show, Sister
Yes,
Tasha.
sir. Thank you so much. I want to say that I am very deeply humble and honored to be on your show this evening. Thank you for having me again.
We are deeply honored and humbled that you have accepted the call and have joined us, dear sister.
Yes, sir. Thank
All
you.
praise due to Allah. Thank you for gracing us with your presence and your greatness. And speaking about greatness, we're going to be joined on by a second great one who also developed a beautiful children's book. And her name is Sister Latrice Muhammad. No stranger to Miami.
That's
I'm gonna
right.
say that. Her original stomping ground was Miami.
Yeah.
And so
yeah.
I have, just coming into the Nation of Islam, I have wonderful memories of our sister, always very diligent, a diligent soldier in the cause
That's
of
right.
Islam. And Sister Latrice is married and a mother of 2 plus 2 plus 2. This is what her bio says.
She gonna
And-
explain.
Okay, she's going to explain. She's a mother of 2 plus 2, a grandmother of 5. That's the first thing she's going to explain. She joined the Nation of Islam in 1997 in Miami, and after joining the Nation of Islam, she found her passion. She started writing stories for her daughter and would read them to her. However, she never published any of them. They were just stories that she had. She made attempts to get them illustrated. However, she never got them published. Sister Latrice published her first book after her youngest daughter passed and started a series of books written for her grandchildren, her children, niece and nephews, for them to get to know who she truly was and truly is. She has not passed yet. Writing became a form of therapy for her and the beginning of a healing journey. She has fallen back in love with writing again and is going to publish a series of books that she wrote for her daughter, Zakia, when she was a little girl, and read them to her little girls. And may Allah be pleased with your daughter, Sister Latrice. And so we're going to bring our sister on with a great round of applause. Sister Latrice Muhammad. There she is. And I believe you left this out of your bio, Sister Latrice. She's the student MGT captain of
Jacksonville, Florida.
Muhammad Boss number 66.
How you gonna leave that out, Sister Latrice?
Look, and she got degrees and she got all of this stuff.
That part.
But no, you've always been a diligent soldier in the work.
Praise be to Allah.
We thank Allah for you, for the tremendous work that you've done for so many years.
And for so many people.
Right.
Yeah.
Praise be to Allah.
Praise be to Allah.
And so I open up in the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, and thanking Sister Khalila for giving me the opportunity. Sometimes when you share what your desires are with a person, they'll make it happen, even if you're not asking them to make it happen, right? So I do appreciate that. And everybody on the platform, thank you for welcoming me so wonderfully. And Brother Tony, the 2 plus 2 means that I'm raising my daughter's children. And so she has 2 of them. So I'm grandmother momming again. So yeah.
All praises due.
Praise be to Allah.
Yes, sir.
Well, let's get this started. I want to first go to you, Sister Tasha, and I'll go to Sister Latrice after you.
Yes, sir.
The first natural question I have is, what inspired you to write a children's book?
Actually, how the book came about, it was actually a writing assignment for my son when he was in 4th grade, probably about 2 years ago now. And the teacher, I wanted to make a quick shout out, Sister Kadara of MUI, Muslim in New York, MUI NYC in New York. Sister Kadara, she was over the reading and writing program. Yes, and she had this writing assignment for the students and they had the option of picking a scene, background, what have you, what they want the story to be about. And our son, me and my husband's son, Brother Wali, chose the space theme with rockets, and he wanted to include himself in the story along with a friend. So with that being said, having a background in English literature, I helped him with the storyline, and that's how this story came about. Yes, sir.
Praise be to Allah. Thank you. And now the question goes to you, Sister Latrice. What inspired you to write a children's book?
So after I joined the nation and had my second daughter, you know, after you have that new life, when you come into the nation, you kind of don't want it to be affected by the world. So I'm like, she's not going to read nothing but nation's books. And there was no children's books. So I was like, well, then this was the opportunity for me to create a series of books that was called Khadijah the Traveler. And it's about a little girl who does so much. Like she'll go to the grocery store, she make bread with her mom, make bean soup, all the things that, you know, my little daughter was doing with me. So the goal was to be able to have her to be able to feed off of the life I wanted her to live. And so I saw a need for children's books. And so that's what birthed the idea.
Oh, excellent. Excellent. Praise be to Allah.
Now, this question is for both of you as well. Sister Latrice, I'm going to begin with you this time. Did you receive assistance in writing your children's book? And if you did, who was able to assist you?
No, I didn't receive any assistance with writing the book. You know what I did? Because I was given the teachings, and the teachings assisted me with the thought and the idea to be able to write a book. So it's like with Mother Tanetta May Allah be pleased, or the minister. Once Islam coming to you, it'll kind of like give you that opportunity to now find a lane where you can actually be creative. So without the teachings, I never had that. But once I got into the teachings and was like, this is what I would like to see, the teachings assisted me. Make a long story short.
Alhamdulillah.
Master Fard Muhammad was right there with you when you were writing these books.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
Sister Tasha, same question for you. Of course, you didn't write this on your own. It was you and your son, of course.
Yes, sir. I wanted to add along with what Sister Latrice said. Yes, sir. Without the teachings, I wouldn't even be here. So I'm grateful for Master Fard Muhammad in all things. Like I said previously, Brother Wali, our son, he came up with the character. He actually came up with the name. He came up with a lot of the foundational aspects of the book. Like I said, I helped him along with the storyline because we both have a love of math and science. And I honestly, I didn't see too many children's books with that particular theme with young Black boys, Black men as the main characters in the book. So yes, sir. To answer your question, yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Praises be to Allah. And you know, the beautiful thing is about illustration. And, you know, one day I want to be like you all when I grow up, you know, be an author and all. But just out of curiosity, how long does it take to actually complete a book? Sister Latrice?
It doesn't really take long because once you write it, well, I don't know how to draw, so that's my drawback. So you have to find like an illustrator to be able to illustrate that for you. And I can say over the years, finding an illustrator has been a lot easier than 20 years ago. I don't want to tell my age. So now it's easy because there's so many different apps. And then you also have believers, children that are growing up in the nation who are drawing as well. So you have access to illustrators a lot quicker than before. So really, to be honest, you can set the pace how soon you want it to be at this point, because it's not as hard as it used to be with all the technology gains that we have now. It's a lot easier to be able to get a book illustrated, well, quicker.
Sister Latasha, Sister Tasha, how about you? How long does it normally take for you? I mean, because this is your first book, but you're actually in the process of doing a series. How long does it normally take to complete a book?
Yes, ma'am. My apologies. I didn't mention earlier. I'm coming from Tampa. Mosque number 47 in Tampa.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am,
I know that's right. Get that shout out to town.
Shout out to number 47.
Special shout out to student Mr. Chad.
Yeah.
Sure. To
Yeah.
answer your question, the process, I will be honest and say, took about 4 to 6 months because coming up with a book, you can take a few different routes as far as self-publishing, self-illustrations, the traditional publisher route, which is what we decided to do since this was our first time coming up with a children's book. So for us, it took about 5 to 6 months.
Praise be to Allah. Thank you.
All right. Well, what makes your children's book stand out? Let's start with Sister Tasha on this one.
Well, to answer your question, Brother Mark, for me, what makes this book stand out, Master Fard Muhammad, Allah, blessed us to have the opportunity to find this particular illustrator, Chad Thompson, and the specifics with him. What we found out, we didn't know in the beginning, but later on, as I was working with him with the illustrations, I found out he actually did the illustrations for the Disney movies, Lilo and Stitch, Princess and the Frog, Brother Bear, Mulan. And that actually helped us to stand out with the illustrations. We get a lot of compliments on the pictures, the illustrations, how the young Black boys are presented in the book. So yes, sir, that's one thing that I could say that helps our book to stand out. Yes.
Excellent. Sister Latrice, same question. What makes your children's book stand out?
Well, for me, this particular book was like a labor of love because it's about my daughter and the idea of me wanting to pass down to her children who were extremely young when she passed away. So the only way they're going to be able to know who she is that we give it a voice. And I want them to be able to connect with her. So to find out those things that they have that's like her, because they are like her. So I want them to be able to do that and be able to see that. And the best person to do that will be her mother, which is me. And I've seen majority of her life. So I want them to be able to sit down and read and be able to connect to their mother. So for me on this series, that what makes that stand out for me.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you.
Let's focus a little bit on the titles. Sister Tasha, with the title, Sister Kalila, if we can bring up the book again.
Yes, sir.
Because the main character is Connie Astro, and the theme here is dealing with a runaway asteroid. Where did I know that you mentioned that while Brother Wali, I call him Brother Wali, the great Wali, I actually tutor your son. I love saying the fact that you give me the opportunity, you and your husband give me the opportunity to tutor them. But where did this particular theme come from? I mean, like you just don't come up with the name Connie Astro just out of thin air like that.
Yes.
Where did this actually come from?
Yes, sir. It's an interesting story. I would have never thought of the name Connie Astro. We'll have to give Brother Wiley the credit for that yet again. He's, as you know, well, for those who don't know, Brother Wiley is a chess, he just loves chess. He's been playing chess for the past almost 4 years now.
Yes.
And one of his, there's a young black young man by the name of Tani Adewume out of New York. He's a chess champ. I believe he's what they call a FIDE chess master. I believe at this time he's maybe 12 or 13 years old. And Brother Wiley wanted to name the character after him. And I told him, well, I don't know if we need to call him Tani. Can you think of something else? So he started going through the alphabet and saying, okay, Bonnie, Connie, Donnie. And he came up with Connie with the K. And that just stuck with us. And by the story having a space theme, and we decided to talk about asteroids, we went with the word astro. So what was another interesting aspect about this name is the Connie. I didn't realize after looking it up, it was a African derivative of a very strong masculine black man. That's very interesting. And as you know, astro means space, stars, comets, anything space or universal related. So praise be to Allah. I think I believe that this story is divinely guided, actually.
That sounds very divine.
With
Yes.
what we come with. Yes, sir.
Excellent.
Allah intervening in those affairs. Sister Latrice, same question. Now, this particular title here, Kia Chronicles, Her Life Through My Eyes. If you could expound on the specific title or how you came up with it.
Okay, it's not that deep as Sister Tasha's on this. I was like, sure. You want me to go after that? Y'all should let me go first, right? Y'all gonna get service center panel? No, I'm just joking. Her name was Zakia, but she liked to be called Kia. And the title is just me giving life and expression to her and some of the things that she did. And in this book, and I'm sorry, Sister Kalila. Sister Kalila's daughter is in this book, and so is my oldest daughter, and some other children. Because it's just an experience about when a child is young and how they're able to kind of like defend themselves or not necessarily get back, but kind of like, it's just some of the things that my daughter did when she was younger. So we apologize to Mariam in advance. But it's just, and Adriana and Dede. So yeah.
You must get the book. You must get the book.
I have my copy.
Praises be to Allah. So, with that being said, what are and then bringing up the book, right, Sister Latrice, what are the most important parts of your children's book? Can you kind of give us like a highlight of the books, or is it any type of moral of the story type theme in the book?
Right, for this particular book and the series that I'm going to continue to write for them, when you live something and you go back and you look at it hindsight, you get a different kind of perspective on what on things that my daughter was going through. And I'm like, okay, well, she was little, and she had Miriam, Adrian, a little bigger than her, so she was able to kind of stand up for herself in a way. Show bravery, confidence, those type of things, in face of people who, not bullied her, but they kind of live up a little bit. And so it talked about that type of thing, or just really looking at my daughter and I thank Allah for the 19 years that she did have. And I saw some traits in her that I admire as a mother. Her being able to speak out and be vocal about her needs and wants and desires. And I want to be able to show her children how brave she was, even as young as she was. So that's kind of be the theme of everything that I write. I will write about their births as well, so they'll know those stories from our perspective as well. Just being able to, do things to be able to pass down to them so that they can actually see their mother,
Praise be to Allah. The same question, Sister Tasha. What are the most important parts? If you can kind of give us a little sneak peek in the book in regards to and again, keep in mind, all of the parts are important, but just something to say, oh, I got to go and get that book.
Yes, ma'am. To answer your question, we actually have the intentions of the book on the back cover, if I may read it.
Yeah.
Connie Asteroid and the Runaway Asteroid is about a friendship that goes beyond our planet Earth. Its intention is to show the reader that anything is possible among the stars.
All right.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, this was touched on earlier, but we want to be a little more explicit and specific. Who helped you with the illustrations? Because they're very compelling in both books. I've seen both books; they're very compelling. So yeah, who helped you with those illustrations? Start with Sister Latrice.
For me, I actually found there's an app called Fiverr. And then I found the illustrator on that. And I actually found a Muslim who actually illustrated it for me. So just going through that website, looking at things that she already had designed. And I went through that process. But I will say that going through this process of writing the first book is allowing me to see what I could have did better for the next series of books. Do I want to use the same illustrator? Being more specific as to what I would like to see in the illustrations, down to the color of the shirt, the color of a bow, the color of a shoe, not leaving it up to the illustrator, but being more specific so that I can take more ownership and so that it can look like what I want it to look like.
Yes, ma'am. Praise be to Allah. All right. Sister Tasha, same question. Who helped you with the illustrations?
Okay. Yes, sir. Excuse me. Like I said previously, the illustrator, we actually found him through the publishing company that we went through. We had no idea who he was. We were given several samples of different illustrators that the publisher had. And I can't explain it, but this particular illustrator, his illustrations just stood out to me and Brother Wali, and we decided to go along with him. And as I was working with him, that's when I found out that he previously illustrated those Disney movies. Yes, sir.
Excellent.
Praise be to Allah.
Praise be to Allah. Yes, sir.
So we have another question. What success have you experienced thus far with the publishing of these beautiful and awesome children's books? Sister Latrice, we're going to begin with you.
My goal really wasn't looking for. I was looking. It was a healing journey at first.
Yes,
so that part was a success for me. But to see as many people who purchased my book just because they wanted to purchase my book was really an eye opener for me. And it wasn't really an eye opener for me because if I actually published or promoted my book like I could receive. Don't look at me like that, Sister Kalila. Okay. I'm not. My eyes not deceiving me. Thank you, Brother Mark. But if I was to promote it in a different format, I could receive even more success. And so sometimes people will just buy it off of your name or what the intention is. But if I promoted it I could receive some more success.
Praise be to Allah. Sister
Praise
Tasha, what has been the success so far?
Yes, sir. Well, we've had the opportunity to attend some children's book fairs with the
Yes,
book,
ma'am.
meeting a lot of different people, a lot of believers along the way that shared valuable information with their books in the process of going through having their book made and published. And also, I would like to add, for me personally, the success for me is actually the lesson of taking for granted the jewels and the gifts and talents that Allah gives each and every one of us, and we don't utilize that. Like I said, I had a English degree that I never saw myself publishing a book, writing a book. And the blessing of working with my son, our son, has showed me that. So yes, that's the lesson for me, not taking the jewels and gifts and talents that Allah gives us and, utilizing them. Don't just sit on it.
Yes.
So that's a lesson for me. That's the success that I got from that. Yes, sir.
Praise be to Allah. No, it's something that actively has to be worked up. We do have a question, Sister Kalila, in the audience.
Yes, sir.
We could get to that. I'm going to post it up. Sister Ebony, who we featured on the show a few months back.
Ebony.
Shout out, Sister
All
Ebony.
praise to Allah. Sister Ebony asked the question, where do we get the books? And where
Great
are
question.
they available? Sister Latrice, we can begin with you.
Amazon.
Okay, so you could just Google the or really search the book on Amazon.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And Sister Tasha, same thing with you. Is it just Amazon that you could find the books?
No, sir. You can also find a book on Barnes and Noble, Books A Million, Walmart, Target.
Praise be to Allah.
Sir.
And this is nation.
Okay, I need to get your number. I need to get your information, Sister Tasha, because I want to be like you. Like I really do. So I'm learning so much. Like, wait a minute. Exactly. Like, please drop your information in the chat box. So, yeah.
Just your reflection, Sister.
Yeah.
You can see why we're having this program right here. All right. So here's this is Latrice, your book, Kia Chronicles on Amazon. Sister Ebony, there you got the information. And Sister Tasha, your book is also available on Amazon, but
Yes,
it's
sir.
it's available anywhere, practically. So you can just do a Google search and you'll come up with
Yes,
the book.
yes. That's just do
Connie
it.
Astro and the Runaway Asteroid.
Yes, sir.
By the way, my children love that book.
Praise be to Allah. Like I said,
we're very much looking forward to part 2.
I'm so glad to hear that. Also, Brother Mark asked, I remember earlier in the show, Brother Mark asked what I believe it was what was significant about the book. I forgot to mention the date that this book published was the day that they had the eclipse, total eclipse. Getting notification as soon as the eclipse started, I received notification that the book had published. So there's another aspect of the book that I wanted to mention.
All praise due to Allah.
It is truly beautiful that the two of you have immortalized yourselves and your stories, because books live past the author, and they books can live on into the future beyond us. And I thought it was very beautiful and powerful that you were courageous enough and had the faith to take those steps to move forward and try the God and become successful in producing these beautiful books that we can add to the archives, that our children can read
That's right.
and parents not be concerned that the book has any negative type of influence, but a very positive
Right.
and very educational and fun experience for our children and for some adults. I haven't gotten Sister Tasha's book, but I'm curious about that. But I do have Sister Latrice's book, and I really enjoy Sister Latrice's book, as I was very familiar with Zakiya as well. So praise be to Allah. And now my question.
I think
Okay.
brother.
All
Okay, there we
right.
go.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
We can hear you, dear
Okay.
brother.
Let me get this in before I get cut off. What feedback have you received regarding your book? And do you have any plans for a new book or any other related projects for the future? And let's start with Sister Latrice.
Yes, sir. So the feedback I got was really good about the book. A lot of people laugh. You know, it was a funny story. I do have some future books that I've already written. Just have to get illustrated. I'm writing some more stories about her. But my initial series of book that I started to write, Khadijah the Traveler, named after the minister's wife, because my daughters felt they rather name the book after her than any one of them too. So so instead of struggling, they made a compromise. And so I have like the stories written, but I'm going to get those illustrated, and I want to be able to produce that series as well. Another book I'm going to write a book through Casey, who is Zakiya's oldest daughter's eyes, understanding death, right, through the eyes of a 5-year-old, and the process that we've walked her through up until this point, being able to also offer that as because children do go through things, and they feel things, and they feel when something happens, they feel it, even if they can't express it. So I want to do a book about that. So I have like a lot of books kind of already written. And I want to try to get them illustrated. But I'm going to talk to Sister Tasha first, before I go a little further, because I'm learning something and I'm liking what I'm seeing. So so I'm gonna get with her, so I can kind of upgrade myself a little bit. I saw the illustration. I'm like, wait a minute, I look better than my illustration. So I want to upgrade myself a little bit before I come back out.
Beautiful. Awesome. Well, Sister Tasha, same question. What feedback have you received regarding your book? And do you have any plans for a new book or any other related projects?
Yes, sir. Some of the feedback that we received from the book, a lot of the children and actually adults really like the book. It held their interest. One parent or grandparent in particular mentioned that they believe that the story will help wake up children's minds to what else could be out there in the universe. One grandmother mentioned to me that her little grandson, he's 4 years old, and he loves the book, and he asked her to read the book every night before he goes to bed. It made me think about Tynetta talking about the the children's stories that we're reading to our children at night. And I wanted that book to be in that area where we can, as Muslims, as believers, as Black people, be able to read a nice, wholesome children's book to our children at night, where it wouldn't there's just so much stuff out there right now. I'm just grateful to Allah that we have a wholesome children's book for parents to read to their children. And we do have a second story already completed, and inshallah, that will be coming out sometime this year.
Praise be to Allah.
Praise be
Sister
to Allah.
Tasha, if I could add to what you just said right now, because what you said was so beautiful right now. That is what the followers of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and the Honorable Minister Farrakhan should be doing, and that is influencing culture among our people, and who are most impressionable than our children.
Yes,
Children. And when I say our children, I'm talking about children in general who are our children of our people, whether we're Black or Latino, Native Americans, or the Aboriginal peoples of the earth. We're at war right now.
Mhm.
With
Yes,
all
sir.
of the media influencing, social media influencing, and when I'm talking about that, I'm talking about all the negative stuff that's out there. Our children are being influenced by these kind of things. We need to counteract with something that is more powerful, and these type of stories is actually what they vitally need right now to help expand the creative imagination and to think of themselves as being bigger and greater than what this world tries to portray our children to be, or what we're portrayed to be. So absolutely.
yes, sir. Praise be to Allah. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Praise be
And
to
you
God.
and there's another question, Brother
Yes.
Tony.
Yes, man. I was going to get to that. And so we have another question. Mi hermana Noelia de Puerto Rico. Sister's Boricua. She has a question. Can you please share the sisters' social media accounts? And dear sisters, can you just share where you can be found on social media?
Mm,
Sister Latrice?
they want to get at you.
Sister
Sister
Latrice?
Latrice, you're on mute.
Wait,
Somebody unmute me.
we're
Yep.
going to have to
There
try
you
to
go.
read it.
Oh,
There you go.
oh,
There we go.
oh, thank you. I could be found everywhere and nowhere. Like, no, I'm just joking. No, my social media is my name, Latrice Muhammad on Facebook. And then on Instagram, it's a new way of life. But I have to do better at promoting my book on my social media. So thank you for asking that question. So that gives me another, way to be able to think that I need to create a social media account that just promotes my book. So thank you for that. Sister Kalita, don't look at me like that.
Hilarious. Sister Tasha,
I
same
had
thing with you. Where can people find you on social media?
Yes, sir. Ashley, I'm going to be honest. I actually had to take a little step back away from social media for a while, but I will be getting that information to you once we get back out there. Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am. So if any inquiries, they could contact your temporary agents, the 7th Region Coalition to help save lives.
Yes, sir. Praise be to Allah.
We're your agent.
That sounds wonderful. I should have said that. My talent scout.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Praises be to
Praise be
Allah.
to Allah.
So, with that being said, at the end of our show, we have a segment that's called the Knowledge Corner.
Yes, ma'am.
When you gain knowledge, you gain power. And so, with that being said, our Knowledge Corner is the importance for children's books. I want to thank you all for to have the courage, because a lot of people don't have the balance to illustrate or to even come up with ideas for children's books. And if you heard or seen the most latest children's books, oh my God, it's like this. Is this a children's book or is
Right.
this a book for adults?
Right.
Come
So
on now.
it's beyond the children's imagination.
Right.
So I wanted to go over some just some highlights in regards to why it's so important that children's books even exist, the proper children's books. Well, one of the things, it does help the children to experience something that their imagination before it happens in real life. So it's kind of like like a prerequisite of what is to come. So the children books allow the children to explore. It exposes children to new words and new ways to use language. It builds empathy and it helps children to learn how to deal with challenging feelings. It empowers children, encourages imagination, and lays a foundation for lifelong successes. It also promotes brain development, focus, and concentration. And those are why it is important. Some of the reasons why it's important that you, as authors, have blessed us with these books in the universe.
Right. That's right. That's
Absolutely.
right. Well, alaikum salam.
Okay, and without further ado, if you can, Sister Latrice, any closing remarks that you have?
Yes, I'm gonna say thank you for the invitation. This experience for me, because I was like a little nervous when I first came on, like I don't know what they're gonna be talking about. No, I seen the show sometimes, so I always think I don't watch the show. But in this segment, like what we're gonna be talking about, but this did something for me, in terms of igniting that fire back in me to kind of put a lot more emphasis into it instead of like dragging my feet and taking longer than necessary to produce a book. Because I can put whatever timeline, and she is absolutely correct. It takes about 5 months to get a book done if you're actively into it. If you don't, it may take a year or two to get it done. So I think it's helping me to speed up the process, to be the tortoise, but add a little more speed to myself. So I thank you for that. So it's done a great deal for me in terms of reigniting that fire in me to go ahead and do more than what I have done. So the next time y'all invite me back out, you know what I'm saying, I might have like 5-6 books out, right? I'm talking about.
All right. Being it is.
Yes, ma'am. And Sister Tasha?
Yes, ma'am. I wanted to add that I'm very humble and very grateful to Allah for the opportunity to be on your show this evening. Likewise, I was a little nervous coming on, but I believe what was discussed this evening was so beautiful. And I wanted to add, I'm actually a reading tutor, and this was very important this evening to go over the aspects of how important children's reading is, especially for people in our community. And also, I wanted to mention, even though I had to step back from social media, I wanted to add that we can be reached through Sirius Family Creations. Sirius is spelled SIRIUS, Family Creations.
And that's like the Star Series.
Yeah. Nice. I like that.
Yes, ma'am.
These are techies right here. These two, yeah.
Yeah.
Is it Trekkies or Trek?
Trekkies, techies, all of the Beckies, and and the universities. These two.
I like to call us technical advisors. Yeah.
Oh, there you go, technical advisor.
Sister Kalinda, every time you look at a black man, you're looking at God.
You better believe it, as well as a sister as well.
Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Only a God can give birth to a God.
Right.
And y'all see my grandbaby, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm so
I
excited
know.
Baby.
Congratulations to you.
Welcome to the club. Welcome to the club.
It's so important.
Double, triple duty over there. All praises due to Allah.
I got a note and everything. To grandma. So
go ahead, grandma.
with instructions like I never kept children before, right?
You never kept that one before. That's right.
So, listen, but this is why it's important.
Right, yeah.
Your books, because my children are having children.
Mm-hmm.
So we need you. We see you, and we want you to be the beacon in our children's lives as well. So with that being said, Brother Tony, I'm going to turn it over to you.
All praise is due to
Oh,
Allah.
go ahead.
We have another comment. Yes. Oh, we sis, that. Thank you for that. Real family. You know, I say this every week. What we do here at the 7th Region Coalition to Help Save Lives, this is a labor of love for us.
That's right.
However, you know, with our generous and services, we donate our time and efforts to put these programs together. The platform that we use, at no time do they send us an email and tell us, "Oh, you're doing such a beautiful job at saving lives. You know what? This year is on us. You don't have to pay this year." No, it ain't like that.
No, sir.
We still, Brother Mark, bearing witness. No, these streaming platforms cost, and it is through donations from the love and kindness of the hearts of those who pay attention to our programs, who tune in every week, tune into a show every once in a while. We receive donations to help further this cause and further these programs, and continue to develop more programs oriented towards saving lives. And so if you are interested in these kind of programmings to continue, we humbly request and we thank you for anything that you're able to give tonight. It does not have to be a large amount, although we will not reject a large amount if it comes into the Cash App.
That's right.
You have a few dollars, all praises due to Allah. If you have a couple $100, all praises due to Allah. Whatever you are sending, whatever little amount it is, we thank you. We thank you. We thank you for whatever donation you have, and may Allah God continue to bless you and your families.
Praise be to
Praise be to
Allah.
Allah.
Praise be to Allah.
All right.
Well, and now with that,
and
now with that,
support our sisters. Listen, I know everybody got an Amazon account.
Practically everyone.
So
they're like replacing the post office at this
exactly point. literally So listen,
I'm not saying it's a good thing, but that right now that's the reality.
I mean, you got to make it work for you, and these two beautiful sisters are making it work for them. So with that being said, by the sound of my voice, go and support. Get the books. Get your book. Get your book. And then, Sister Latrice, I know I purchased the ebook, so you can always do an ebook. You can always do. I mean.
And they make excellent Savior's Day gifts. I mean,
there you go.
Think about all of the beautiful children. Savior's Day.
There you go.
Buy these books for Savior's Day gifts.
There you go.
Savior's Day gift time, giving gifts to our children. That's coming up. You might as well prepare for that starting now after watching this program here right now. And speaking about Savior's Day, if you want to come and join us, just don't watch it online. But if you're just relegated to watching it online, this is going to be taking place February 21st to the 23rd. But we encourage you to come on out to Chicago, because all roads lead to Chicago.
Yes.
At the end of February, come on out and experience Savior's Day with us at Mosque Mariam for that weekend.
The crowning event of Black History Month.
That's right, Brother Mark. Praise God. So come on out. Tune in online if you have to, NOI.org, February 21st to the 23rd. All praise due to Allah.
Yes.
Praise be to Allah.
That's right, Sister Farah.
The great Sister Farah.
Yes.
We're looking forward to you coming back to Miami sometime.
Hey, Brother Tony. No.
I didn't say we're going to.
Never. I was going to say.
Her and Brother Al. Come on back to Miami.
To visit.
To visit.
To visit.
I remember one beautiful thing that Minister Rasul said. One of the last things he said on the post of Student Regional Minister. Before the transition today, of course, the Student Minister Patrick is the regional minister. But one thing he said to us as student ministers in the region, he said, I want you functioning like one mosque.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how we need to function everywhere we are as the Nation of Islam.
That's
Praise
right.
Let's
be to Allah.
support each other everywhere that we are. May Allah continue to bless us all.
Yes, sir.
All right. Assalamualaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Walaikum salam. Thank you.
Thank you for joining. All right.
Walaikum salam.
Thank you.